Ready? Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Isaac Wardfield, and we are in the London Borough of Bexley. And today, we are here to film the top 3 least used stations in the Borough of Bexley. First up, we are in Erith. As you can see, it's spelled E-R-I-T-H, but it's pronounced Erith. Not Erith, Erith. This is the 3rd least used station in Bexley. Let's see what there is to see around the station. First of all, already you've got what is here to see and do in the 5-minute walk. You can see the River Thames already here, the Erith Causeway. We're going to film quite a few nice things down in Erith. A lot of lovely things to show you and talk about later on. Here's a ticket machine. Because don't forget, Erith has a very good connection to London as well. It's got a very good connection to London. The National Rail map. Where are we? We are where? We are down here. Now, interestingly, about 6 years ago, the least used station was Dartford and Slade Green. But for someone who's in Erith, Belvedere, all these stations, they're in the bottom 3. Now, let's go on this platform. Here are oyster machines. As you can see, there's nobody on the station. There's like nobody here. Nobody at all. It's a bit of a shame, really. This is the platform. One person waiting on another platform to go back to London. This platform is the trains to Dartford. This is the Dartford trains. As you can see, the next train is going to Eltham. And it goes, this next train goes round in a circle to London. There's the bridge. Which one am I going? Bridge.
The bridge which has got 52 stairs.
Right, it's got 52 stairs on either side. These are long platforms because 8 train carriages can come down here.
10.
Sometimes 10. Now, whilst we are on the platform, we can tell you the passenger statistics for this station. So last year, 789,528 people used this station, which makes it 2,169 a day. Not bad for down in Bexley. So interesting is here in Erith there's an advert for Eltham Palace. So you can actually take a train to Eltham and go to the palace in South London. Yeah. Over here we have the onward travel connections on the buses that leave Erith. This is a bus map, the connections to Erith. The other thing about Erith is there is no car park here at all. So those people who want to come to London by train, you have to come by bus to the station and then come off the bus and then go onto the station itself. But there's not much of a car park here. Now, not a lot of people know this, but Erith is actually the start of the London Loop, the London Outer Orbital Path. It's a 150 mile walk starting here. The Thames path is also down the road as well, the London Loop, and there's also the link to the Green Chain walk as well. So this is also the starting point for some of the walks in London. So whilst we are walking to the River Thames, so why is Erith here? That's a very good question. What has Erith? Why is Erith by the River Thames? So in 695, Erith was given as a present to the Bishop of the East Saxons. So the surrounding area was known as Lesners, which is mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086. Try and get in that. There, if you can just about see, that is Rainham Marshes. Now hopefully if we can get nearer to the Thames and have a sit down and show you the river, it might be nice. But they're obviously digging up the ground here and make it different. There's so much to show you. There's a pier, we'll come to that later on. Now, as we're talking about, the River Thames and Erith owes a lot to each other. King Henry VIII decided to open a naval dockyard here. And that's why Erith is by the River Thames, because a lot of the naval ships came down here, docked. Because down the road is Woolwich as well. It's also naval. In 1797, Erith's in the 1831, Erith's population was 1,533, and they only had two streets basically, not like this. There's a pub over here. It's all blocks of flats now, but there's also lots of shops as well. In 1849, Erith became what was known as a very, very popular riverside resort. People came down here from London to come to the River Thames and to enjoy the sights, and especially the longest pier in London, which we will see very, very soon. So down here is the River Thames. Very soon, I think that is I'm not so sure. One of them is a pier. Where's our pier? I think that's our pier here. This is the pier. This pier here is the longest pier in London. This one here. As you can see, the tide is out. Now over here is a much better view. Right across River Thames, that's Rainham Marshes, and it's really nice down the River Thames. Now, here's a bit more history for you. In 1864, a gunpowder explosion blew out the river wall, exposing large areas of South London to flooding at high tide. A crowd of navies and soldiers managed to plug the water before it started flooding. In the First World War, Erith was a huge manufacturer of guns. Huge manufacturer of guns. So as I said, the London Loop starts in Erith, as does the Thames Path. For those who want to know, this actually bit here is part of the London Loop itself. It's quite interesting to see the tide out. This is very, 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 very rare to see the tide usually out of the river. But we are now going to walk along the longest pier in London, in Erith. It's lovely. And as you can see in the background, that huge, massive bridge, that's the M25, that's the Dartford crossing.
Did we walk down there?
And yes, and we have walked down there a long time ago. You can walk under the bridge. There's actually two routes. So from Rainham to Purfleet, and then Purfleet under the bridge. It's a nice walk. And there's also, you can walk along this side, but it's a bit of a complicated walk. But this is nice. The River Thames down in Erith. It's quiet. And let's have a look at the pier, the beautiful pier of Erith. This is it. It goes like left and right. The longest pier in Erith. See, the tide is out. Look how cute these ducks are in the channels made by the water. So a lot of people have noticed here, just before the pier, are railway tracks, and that's because all this area of South London, there was lots of railways that took us to the docks. These are the disused railway tracks that take you to the docks. There's so many tracks around Erith itself. So let's start. This is the pier of Erith. I think the River Thames at this point is about half a mile wide. Probably wrong. left, you can see the distance there are wind farms. There's two windmills on a wind farm. You see, we are halfway down the pier and we're still walking over the sands because the tide goes out way out. Why is there a dead end over there? I'm not entirely sure. Good question. This pier goes right around. Very interesting pier. Usually piers go straight, but this one goes right around. Sometimes, if you are careful in Erith, you can actually smell the salty sea air, sometimes seaweed, because we are quite far out of London. There's some sailing boats in the Thames over here. The bit where the pier turns right. Also, there's some fishermen over here, hoping to catch a nice fish in Erith. Right now I can smell the seaweed. It's got a lovely smell to it. So we are now going to walk back down the length of the pier. This basically concludes Erith. A nice quiet place to come to. Why it's one of the third bottom in Bexley, I have no idea. But please, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make Erith great again, come down for the day, come down for the afternoon, go for a ride. There's beaches here when the tide is out. It's very quiet. It's very nice. Make Erith great again. So this concludes part one of our series today. Join me very soon, as we will be at our second station, which will be the second East in Bexley. This concludes Erith.